Welcome to part 2 of the most life-changing books. We told you guys about 8 must-read books in the last episode, and now we're here to add 7 more to the list, giving you a total of 15 books you can get started on reading from today. Number 9 on the list is for those who quickly become desperate when they're stuck in a painful situation, as the author is well acquainted with suffering. Man's Search for Meaning is a self-development and life-changing work of Viktor Frankl. Frankl was in the Nazi concentration camp for many years. His wife died in the women's camp, and his father, mother, and brother were also captured and killed. He lost everything, but never lost his hope. Every sentence in this book builds towards the idea that our purpose is to act upon what is in front of us and do what time calls for. Even the tiniest of goals can keep us going in the darkest hours of our lives. At the time of the author's death in 1997, Man's Search for Meaning had an average rating of 4.4 from Goodreads and sold over 10 million copies and has been translated into more than 24 languages. If you want a deep understanding of how to transform and manage your relationships and behavior, our number 10 book, The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz and Janet Mills, is all you need. In The 4 Agreements, a practical guide to personal freedom, the authors tackle the source of self-limiting beliefs that can strip us out of happiness and create needless problems. The teachings in the book are based on ancient Toltec wisdom passed down from Ruiz's ancestors. While you may think the book's approach is far from today's modern world, its teachings and perspective is quite compelling and practical. This book will tell you about the 4 beneficial agreements you can make with yourself to improve your overall state of well-being. These agreements include being impeccable with your word, not taking anything personally, not making assumptions, and always doing your best. With a Goodreads average rating of 4.2, the 4 Agreements have been translated into 46 languages and has sold over 8.2 million copies in the US. We've come to number 11, Conversations with God, which are a sequence of self-help books written by Neale Donald Walsch. The book was written as a dialogue in which Walsch asks questions and God answers. When the author was asked about the inception of his book, he explained that one day he was writing an angry letter to God, asking why his life wasn't working out. When he wrote all his questions down, he suddenly felt his mind was filling them with answers and decided to write them down. The ensuing dialogue became Conversations with God book. This book covers most of the topics everyone ends up dealing with at some point in life, such as love, money, relationships, work, health, and sex. The 1995 blockbuster Conversations with God has sold 7 million copies in more than 24 languages and has a Goodreads rating of 4.2. If you don't know how to connect with your higher self, this book is a treasure. 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos is a 2018 self-help book written by Canadian clinical psychologist Jordan Peterson. We as human beings don't like rules and restraints. However, we need structure in our lives, which is impossible to have without rules. The author believes that the way to live a free life is to embrace rules that help us achieve our goals in life. The book is divided into chapters, with each title representing one of the following 12 specific rules for life. 1. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. 2. Treat yourself like someone you're responsible for helping. 3. Make friends with the people who want the best for you. 4. Compare yourself with who you were yesterday, not with who someone else is today. 5. Do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. 6. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. 7. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. 8. Tell the truth, or at least don't lie. 9. Assume that the person you are listening to might know something that you don't. 10. Be precise in your speech. 11. Do not bother children when they are taking risks such as skateboarding. And 12. Pet a cat when you encounter one on the street, noticing all the good, big and small in the world. With an average Goodreads rating of 3.9, this book topped the bestseller list in Canada, the United States, and the United Kingdom, and has sold over 5 million copies worldwide. Do you follow any of the rules above in your life? Let us know if they've worked out for you. Number 13 is Can't Hurt Me. Master Your Mind and Defy the Odds. This book is an autobiography written by David Hodgins, who's had a rough childhood. And his book shows how he endured and leveraged pain to a victory by transforming himself from a depressed, overweight young man with no future into a U.S. Armed Forces icon. In Can't Hurt Me, he shares his astonishing life story and reveals that by cultivating mental discipline, we can push through our perceived limits. The book's 5 big ideas are the accountability mirror, the governor, the 40% rule, the cookie jar, and taking souls. With an average Goodreads rating of 4.4, Can't Hurt Me is a New York Times best-selling book that has sold over 2.5 million copies worldwide. Tell us about your experience if you've read this book. Do you feel stuck in life? Are you unable to make changes or break through past beliefs? To help ourselves and find answers, we often look outside us, and as a result, we give away our power. But now it's time to unleash the power within us, and this is where our number 14 book, Unleash the Power Within, comes in. This is a self-help book written by Tony Robbins. With an average Goodreads rating of 4.3, Unleash the Power Within teaches you how to transform your limiting beliefs, adding new meaning and depth to your life. You'll also learn to tap into your deepest, most personal resources to become all you truly desire and deserve. Seems like a real motivator, so go ahead and see what this book has to offer. Last but not least is number 15, The 4-Hour Workweek. Escape 9 to 5, live anywhere, and join the new rich. Is a self-help and finance book written by Timothy Ferriss. Timothy, who was so tired of working long hours, took a 3-week sabbatical to Europe. During his trip, he learned how to outsource daily tasks to his assistants by checking emails just once a day. This is where the idea of his book came in. The 4-Hour Workweek is a book that motivates you to think about how you spend your time, both at home and at work. The book has an average Goodreads rating of 3.9, has spent more than 4 years on the New York Times bestseller list, been translated into 40 languages, and has sold more than 2.1 million copies worldwide. If you're interested in making money and enjoying your life at the same time, this book might be able to help you get there. We've come to the end of our list of the top 15 life-changing books based on the number of copies sold. The books on this list truly have the power to shape and change your heart. So if you decide to give any of these amazing novels a read, come back in the comments section and let us know how it changed your life. If none, tell us about an influential book that you've read and want others to know about. And as George R.R. Martin has said, a reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.